Is ITC all set to fly and ready to give some handsome returns in the upcoming days? Let us find out in this video. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Siddharth Shetty, and in this video, I'll be doing the top-down analysis of ITC stock, and we'll also look at the important levels and the target for the upcoming days. So I've already entered this trade and I'm sitting with more than 7% returns in just 3 trading sessions. So what are my upcoming plans and how I'm going to do my target setting and what will be my stop loss? Let us find out in this video. So make sure you watch this video completely so that you get the complete insight of ITC script. So without wasting much time, let's get started.
Okay, so this is my Demat account. So here you can see that I have two stocks in my holding section. So one among the two is the ITC. So you can see here I have brought ITC at 220 average, 220.2, and currently the price has closed at 236. So I'm sitting with more than 7% return, and the second one is a sale which didn't really move in my direction at the moment. So it should start moving in another couple of days. So it's showing some small negative, but anyways it should move in another few trading sessions. Now talking about ITC, now I've taken ITC 3 days back. I mean, in just 3 trading sessions have captured more than 7%. Now how was I able to capture the 7% and what was the analysis? Let us look it in the chart. So the chart shown here is of ITC in a weekly time frame. So one candle represents the 1 week's data. So if you just look at the history of ITC, so from April 2013 to March 2016, we could see that ITC was roaming around that same zone. So I've marked this zone with the light orange color, you can see here. So to be precise, the zone is from 200 to 218. So the stock tumbled there for a lot of time, and then there was a breakout, and again we could see that on January 2020 there's a breakdown from this. Probably all the stocks have corrected during the the COVID crash, and after which there was a steep recovery, forming a higher highs and higher lows. Now if you look at it, the ITC chart recovered, forming in a kind of a channel pattern, forming a higher highs and higher lows as I mentioned. So basically this is the higher high, this is the higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and now it is somewhere near the higher low. Now if you also look at deeply, you can see that from December 2020 till August 2021 the script was consolidating in the same range. So probably all the investors including myself were worried because there was no huge move on any one of the side. But usually the stocks that give dividend, it always remains, most of the time it be stable. So that is one point which you could take from this video. The stocks that give dividends every year will be kind of more stable than the other scripts like GAIL, Infosys, ITC. These are the stocks which give you dividends every year. Now on September there was a very good breakout considering a good volume. So from here I was pretty sure that there should be a correction, and I was waiting for the correction, and it happened after several weeks. So if you see here in a daily time frame, if I take you to the daily time frame, when the price came near the trend line, so this trend line basically is called as the area of confluence. Why area of confluence? Because there is a horizontal support, also a trend line support. So if I just show you all, just see, whenever the price comes near the trend line, it bounces. So whenever it came here, it bounced. So whenever it comes here, it bounces. Now presently you can see that the price had come near the trend line over here, and this is where I exactly took an entry in ITC with a small stop loss. So when the price was about to give a closing at the day end, at this candle is where I entered, and within 3 trading sessions I have got more than 7% move. Now was this the only reason for me to enter this trade? No, there were several other reasons as well. Now if I talk about the indicators, I've used 200 moving average indicator over here, and you can see here the price exactly took a support at the 200 moving average. Now why is it so special this time when the price came near the 200 moving average? Now if I just show you all the data, just look, whenever the price comes near the 200 moving average, it again takes a support and it bounces from the moving average. So I was expecting the same, the price to come near the moving average. Usually the moving averages will act as a support and the resistance. So in this case I was expecting moving average to act as a support, and exactly it has acted as a support and the price bounced from the moving average, also the area of confluence what I told. Now the question is, what is my target and what was my stop loss? So my target, or before target, let's talk about stop loss. My stop loss was below this pink region. Now why I've kept so huge stop loss? I could have kept it just below this, right? Yes, I could do it, but since we know that this zone, especially from 200 to 218, is a strong zone, it could anywhere come here and again it could bounce back. So that's why I had kept my stop loss a bit safer, so that my stop loss wouldn't be hunted. So 198, anything that would come below 200, 198, I would exit this trade simply. Now I have bought these shares in an equity market. It wasn't not in futures and options. So I was pretty much comfortable even to hold it if it took a lot of time to move. So my target, the first target which got achieved on Friday, was 238, because there is a previous resistance over here. So I was pretty sure it will act as a resistance, and it has formed an indecisive candle. So this is a doji candle where buyers, not the sellers, win the battle. So from here the second target would be the recent high. So this is basically the recent high of the stock, and if I tell you the number, it is 262. So this should act as the next resistance, and thereby the trend line of upside will be the final target. So that will be the higher high, and after this I would try to exit. I would book my positions. I will wait if there's a breakout even from this channel pattern, and then I will plan accordingly. But as of now the plan is to hold it at least till 263, and from there if the momentum continues, then obviously I'll hold it till the next trend line resistance, and from thereby we could see some selling happening again, and we could expect some fall from there. Okay, now the next question is, can you enter the trade now? So the answer is yes, you can enter, but you won't be getting a proper risk to reward ratio. Now if you look at here, if you entered on Monday, that means tomorrow, if you enter a trade over here, your risk is too much. I mean, it's not worth it, right? Because the target is also not so huge. So it's more like you're taking 1:1.5 or 1:1.2 risk to reward ratio. So for safe traders, I would prefer to wait until the price comes somewhere near the trend line. And once you see that the price is taking support in a hourly time frame or in a 30 minutes time frame, you could enter a trade with a minimal stop loss. Or the people who are ready to enter the trade now, you can enter a trade, but make sure you go with a half quantity. So that was pretty much the summarize behind me taking the trade, entering into ITC. Key point number 1, whenever you enter a swing trade, always do sector wise analysis. Now what do you mean by a sector wise analysis? Let me explain. So if I go to FMCG sector, FMCG is basically fast moving consumer goods, so ITC comes under that. So 3 days back, if you see that FMCG was also approaching the moving average, so I had a clean eye on this, and when it bounced from the moving average, this was similar kind of a pattern even in ITC. So this is where I exactly took a chance and I entered this trade. So I was pretty sure that I am going with the sector wise. So what a sector is behaving, according to that only I had that biased for my script for swing trade. Talking about the next key take point. So the next point is to have an overall idea of the market sentiment. Now it is very important for you to go with the market trend. Now let's say for example you do an analysis and your analysis says to go for a buying option. Now due to the global sentiment, there is a chance that Nifty might be bearish for the next 2 to 3 days. So in that case your trade might not work so well as you go with the trend. So you are bullish about your analysis, but the market sentiment is bearish. So in that scenarios, you may not get the best of the best moves as you expect. So always make sure you go with the market trend whenever you're entering the swing trade. Point number 3, plan a proper risk to reward ratio. Now when you enter a trade, you should always think of how much money you're willing to lose rather than thinking of how much money you could make from this script. So make sure you take minimum 1:3 risk to reward ratio in a swing trade, and thereby you can keep trailing your stop losses and you can hunt for more. So I hope you guys found this benefit, and these kind of analysis would be useful in the upcoming scripts whichever you're going to pick. Basically always the analysis is same. It's all about a trader, how he looks at the things and plans for his trade. Also to mention, if you guys like this content, the analysis of particular script, then make sure you drop a like button so that it gives me motivation to make more of these contents for you all. Also, if you want to open your Demat account, I've put the link in the description below. Make sure you check out that link and you can open the Demat account through that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.